Hello and welcome to this tutorial on how to lace up a wedding dress. So, one wedding dress in need of lacing. With the ribbon, what we're going to do is pass that through both of the top loops, the left and the right, here we go, making one straight line across the top of the dress. We have a ribbon hanging down each side of the gown now. You want to make sure that those are both of equal length so they look nice and pretty at the end of the process. And taking one of the ribbons, I tend to prefer to use the one coming from the left, I'm going to take that over to the right, as you can see, and pass it through the first available loop on the right hand side, which now gives me two ribbons hanging down one side of the dress. I'm going to take the upper ribbon, so the one that's come through from the top loop, and in a moment I'm going to pass that through the first empty loop on the left. There we go. I'm keeping hold of it because I'm coming straight back over to the right and threading through the next available empty loop. Okay, two ribbons down one side of the dress again, and we go back up to the upper ribbon. Okay, and thread through to the left. There we go. It's a good point at this stage to illustrate that the ribbons will want to twist as they're being threaded. So if they do, flatten them out, untwist them as you go. It will save you a lot of frustration and annoyance later on down the line when the dress is being tightened. Okay, so I'm still here threading through these ribbons, using the upper ribbon always when I need to start threading the pair. There we go. Obviously, you're not going to be threading the ribbons through as fast as I am here. In fact, I've never threaded the ribbons of a dress through as fast as I am there. What I'm not doing, you may notice, is I'm not pulling these ribbons tight. At this moment in time, the bride is nice and comfortable, having a chat, gathering her thoughts, perhaps having a little sip of something refreshing, whilst you're busy working at the back of the dress to lace it through. There we are, they're all laced through now, and what we're going to do is start taking some slack from the ribbons, which we haven't been tightening. Remember that. This is the first time we start to tighten these ribbons. So here we go, I'm just gently taking this out. You want to go down, pulling them through in pairs, and pull the slack from as close to the loops as you possibly can. Again, untwisting as we go, just like there. We're going to do this all the way down to the bottom of the dress, so that all of the loops are flat, tightened, threaded. The dress may feel slightly resistant to you at this stage, but that's natural, and it will warm and loosen with wear. What I'm just doing is releasing the poppers on the top of the modesty panel there, because it was starting to wrinkle a little bit, and that could prove to be uncomfortable on the day. So by just releasing the poppers, the modesty panel slides, sits quite nice and flat. There's another popper there which is being released. There we go. The bride is a lot more comfortable, and she is in no danger at all of having those modesty panels go astray, because the laces are quite happy to keep them in place for you. So still a little bit more slack coming out. You could find that you do this merely twice. You could find that you're tightening the dress 2 or 3 times. This is quite normal and natural. You don't really want to be doing your best Titanic impression by putting your knee in the bride's back and pulling for dear life. Yeah, so that's as tight as I'm going to pull that, because this dress is a little bit on the large side for my model, and I don't want to have train tracks forming. This is the closest you can see that I would say you ever want your lace up to be on the day. You're looking really for a pleasing V. So what I'm doing now is tying the bow. I do like a good bow, keep the fabrics nice and flat. I'm not talking a big bow with floppy ears that sort of like take up half of the back of the dress. Just something nice and dainty, with long tails perhaps, it will fall beautifully along the train and just give a nice presentation to the back of the gown. There we are. I hope that's been helpful to you, but please do feel free to message me with any questions.